Welcome to the deep dive. We're jumping straight into quite a crucial topic today,
Hmm.
how we can better support children and adolescents too when they're dealing with difficult emotions, anger, sadness, anxiety.
Especially when life throws those curveballs at them. It's so important.
It really is. These years can be just so emotionally intense.
Right. And our role as, the supportive adults around them is really to offer practical, real guidance.
Exactly. So for this deep dive, we've been looking at some really insightful material, some texts, and our mission really is pretty clear.
Yeah.
We want to pull out simple, effective skills, things parents and caregivers can actually use, like right away.
To boost their kids' emotional well-being. Actionable strategies.
Yes, no theory overload, just focusing on what works to build that emotional resilience.
Precisely. In young people.
Okay, so let's try and unpack this a bit. The core insight, the thing that really stood out from the sources, was this. There seem to be two fundamental skills, and here's the key part. When they're practiced by both parents and children,
Right. Both.
it can really improve how everyone manages those tough emotions significantly.
That's it. And it's not about, you know, pretending feelings aren't there or suppressing them.
No.
It's about learning healthy ways to, well, first acknowledge them, understand them, and then respond to them.
And here's where it got, for me, really interesting.
Hmm.
The material really stresses that these two skills, they aren't just for the kids, they actually profoundly benefit the adults too.
It's absolutely a two-way street. What's fascinating is just how interconnected our emotional worlds are with our children.
You think so?
Definitely. They learn so much by watching us, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
So if we're better equipped to handle our own big feelings.
Then we're automatically better role models and guides for them.
Exactly.
Much better.
Okay, so the question everyone's probably asking now,
Yeah.
what are these two skills?
Right. Well, the first one highlighted is self-awareness. Basically, the ability to spot and name your own emotions as they happen.
Yes, that's the foundation, isn't it?
Yeah,
You really can't manage what you don't recognize.
makes sense.
So helping children and, frankly, ourselves become more tuned in to what's happening inside emotionally.
Yeah.
That's step one.
Crucial.
And the second skill.
That's self-regulation, which kind of builds on the first one.
Okay, how so?
Well, once you know what you're feeling, self-regulation is about having like a toolkit of strategies to deal with it constructively.
Okay, so things like maybe taking a deep breath when you feel angry.
Exactly. Or finding a quiet space if you're feeling overwhelmed. Or maybe talking through sadness instead of just sitting with it.
Right, and this is where that benefit for parents really clicks in, isn't it?
Absolutely. Because as we, as adults, practice our own self-awareness and self-regulation,
We get better at responding to our kids.
yes, we respond with more empathy, more patience, rather than just, reacting impulsively because we're frustrated or stressed out. Right. I can picture it. Like a child's having a full-blown tantrum.
Mm-hmm.
A parent who's self-aware might notice their own anger starting to bubble up,
And then,
and then maybe use a self-regulation technique, like just taking a quick pause, a breath, before dealing with the child.
which completely changes the dynamic.
Right,
It
yeah.
creates a much calmer interaction.
Yeah, and it models healthy emotional management right there, in the moment.
Exactly. The child sees, okay, even big feelings, grown-up feelings, can be noticed and handled in a constructive way.
Okay, so as we start to wrap up this quick deep dive, the main takeaway seems pretty powerful.
These two skills, yeah.
Self-awareness and self-regulation, they're interconnected. And developing them in both parents and children.
It just creates a stronger family unit, more emotionally resilient all around.
Definitely.
And, this really leaves us with a question for you, the listener, to think about.
Right.
How well developed are your own skills of self-awareness and self-regulation? And, maybe more importantly, how might consciously practicing these yourself? How might that change your interactions with the kids or teens in your life?
That's definitely something to mull over. Good food for thought.